Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Gorgeously Bold Moments. Those of you that are tuning in for the very first time, my name is Lesego, fashion designer and co-owner of Gorgeously Bold Boutique. Today I'm joined by one of my students, a former student actually. Remember you guys, I told you that we have a Gorgeously Bold Sewing Academy. So she was one of our students who's doing very well for herself. She even owns a fashion line, Kultured Afrika. Stay tuned to hear more about it. Oh, Jeanette Moganedi, thank you so much for coming. Guys, I'm very happy to have Jeanette here. When I look at her and when I look at her work, her page, please follow her, Kultured Afrika. When I look at what you've done from the time I met her about two years ago that you were one of our students, right?
Over 2
I am so proud of her. She's done amazing things, but I'm going to let her speak to you guys about the work that she's done, her journey of becoming a fashion designer and how she got to know about us and where she's at right now in her life. Babes, thank you so much for coming.
Anything for you, Lesego.
Anything for guys. I'll take advantage of it. She says anything for me, but I'm really happy. You know, I was when I was talking to your sister actually, when just before you enrolled, when your sister told me that, obviously she gave me a bit of a background about you and this is what you are wanting to do. I got more excited for you before I even met you, because I know the possibilities of what one could become when one is driven. The only thing that I was hoping for when I met you was, can you please be driven? Can you please be driven? And you were exactly that and more. So,
Yeah.
So share with me, or rather with the people, about why you decided to become a fashion designer and why you chose us to help you throughout your journey.
So basically this spark was actually created by my grandma.
Yeah.
And Gugume, she owned a couple of sewing machines, and she ended up with one because the other one broke, and that's what she'd be using while I was growing up, and and I would see her create stuff, clothes for herself only, and she'd do that from scratch. So I found that fascinating.
Yeah.
And besides that, I've always been this creative child. I'd recycle stuff and make earrings.
I get you. I feel you. Yeah.
So it started there, and then comes high school, then I started designing bags.
Oh yes,
from
I remember
old
you.
jeans.
And yes, when I first met her, you came with one of your bags, right?
Yeah, it was. Is it?
I think one of your denim bags.
Denim
Yes.
bag.
Oh my
So
gosh, she is so creative.
I was that child at school, so I started making money there. So I just found myself creating stuff. Even now, when life led me to you, I've been trying out creating, painting shirts and just coming up with something creative that I'd like to see people, wear and enjoy. But then, I couldn't say anything more.
Yeah.
Basically, I was just led to be here.
Yeah.
Because I know deep down it's what I'm meant to do.
Yeah.
I've been trying so hard to, become your marketer, your advertiser and everything. But
and you're doing so well, and I love even the name of your fashion line, I remember when I gave you guys, the students in class, an assignment to, come up with a name, and you're going to register your business and everything. Kultured Afrika, okay, stands out. What inspired that also? Just the word Kultured Afrika.
So as I mentioned, I've been trying to get a few projects off.
Yeah.
I used to kind of paint prints on T-shirts that I used to sell, but that didn't go well. So that logo.
When did you do that?
It was, I think, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried doing that. So I started doing, the print-out T-shirts, but I'd actually paint the pattern on the shirts.
You physically paint?
I'll do that, yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Fabric paint.
Yeah.
So I do that. So I was just like, okay, people might like this, so let me just get my stuff together. Your business cards, your logos, all that. So I already had the logo, but it was just KA.
It does not.
I didn't know where that KA, because the guy was actually playing around with logos. So I was like, let me just recycle that. So I used it.
So the logo was basically calling you that, okay, you have to mention
you know,
whether it's
because it's been in my phone. It's like, okay, KA, what can I actually
so what did you print on, what did you, is it print or is it paint? What did you paint?
Like, you know, like with your Ankara, you find maybe your Ndebele kind of
or like a pattern
like that, okay. Or maybe I'd bump into a fabric that I like, that I'll like copy it on a with
when you're a pattern maker, we could say that.
Yeah, we could say that.
So if I want, let's say for instance, because sometimes in my head I have a particular pattern that I want, or fabric that I want, and I know it's in my head, I want it, but I cannot find the design of fabric. So you can do that for me?
I can paint it, for sure.
Guys, I got my connect, my connection. I didn't know that, but we never really spoke about it.
I know that there's a lot of things that I never spoke to you about. Yeah.
Why?
I only mentioned the earrings. Yeah. And also the bags.
The bags.
Yeah, because it's something that I've been trying. I don't know, something in me tells me, Jeannie, like the corporate is not for you, girl. You're a creative, do this, so just go for it. So I've been playing with ideas.
And people don't understand when because there's the norm that, okay, in order to be successful, I mean, a lot of people believe that, which is not true.
Yeah, and it's one thing that I'm definitely never gonna forgive myself for. Like, I'll never forgive myself for that, or thinking that way, or having that mentality. Yeah.
I mean, it's good to always follow your dreams. It's good to follow your whatever it is that you're passionate about. But what people don't understand, or even while you're following, even us, that we are following the dreams, the things that we're passionate about, the journey is not easy, you know that.
It's not.
Right?
No.
There's a lot of challenges, but then with that comes, there's some sort of self-satisfaction, fulfillment of like, okay, I'm doing this, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how has the journey been for you? Like, what has been some of the, and because I know I shared that a lot in class, that yes, everything may look so nice and so, you know, I mean.
Yeah, the end product looks good,
you know.
Wow.
But it's not easy.
It's not.
You know, what has been some of the difficult things that you've experienced since the last time that you and I caught up?
Well, the most difficult thing for me was, remember you kind of invited us back into your studio for us to hang around, basically to learn, you know, how to do some certain stuff that you maybe have not covered in the class. So that was my plan. I wanted to literally come back and like be the chiller in the studio. But then something happened. I got a call from nowhere. It's like, oh, Gina, you got a job. And I got a job.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot has happened.
A lot has happened.
Yeah.
So it's like, how? I've never applied for any job. Or I didn't even go to any interview. Then I'll come in through and I'm like, oh, this is fly by night. So, long story short, I went and it turned out to be like a great company. And it was a 12-month contract.
Yeah.
It's like, no, man, this is a sign.
Yeah.
I need an overrocker. I need to stock up on fabrics, you know. I was like, if I cannot manage with the pregnancy till then I know I'm gonna be able to save up for this. So me deciding between coming through to your studio and the job, you know, it was one.
So what did you end up doing? So I suppose because I didn't see you took up the job.
Yes, I did take the job.
Okay, and you were able to get the things that you needed.
Definitely.
You know, like, you know, and yeah, it's, you know, you have to calculate.
Because I had set my mind on it, you know. Even my sisters, my mother, they pushed me to get the job. Gee, like, remember you want a machine? Remember you want a machine? It's like, oh, yes, the machine. So that actually redirected me to.
So now let's talk about your fashion line now, Kultured Afrika, because I follow you on your social media.
Yes.
She's on Instagram, on Facebook, and TikTok also, right?
And TikTok, yeah.
You know, and I see that you have quite a number of clients. You've got a nice following now, and she started selling. Your very first sale, because I'll tell you about mine. I mean, I think I sold my very first skirt for about 350. I mean, for me, they're like, wow. The fact that I made it and I sold it, I mean, self-satisfaction, I was very happy. What has been that experience like for you?
For me, it was crazy. Because when I started officially, it was when I was still with the other job. So I'd work 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks I would be off.
Yeah.
So I'd go home for the other 2 weeks.
I think
to
we
my
all have that
baby.
experience,
So-
right? Before we
Yeah.
jump ship completely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'd go home that 2 weeks. So the thing is, I'd make something. Then when I go back to work, I'll wear it.
Yeah.
So I'll take pictures. Then
nice
then-
way of
yeah.
advertising. Like
And
you
then my
have to
sister's
go.
friends were like, "No, I want it," and the other
Yeah.
one's like, "No, I want it." Actually, I had two customers,
Yeah.
my very two first customers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were like, I'm like, "Oh my word, how am I gonna get the time?"
Yeah.
And also, I'm not perfect because normally what I do,
Yeah.
I'd make something for myself, wear it, then I know, okay, I made a mistake here, so I
Yeah.
need to fix this next time for the
Yeah.
customers, so they get it like.
I also started like that.
Yeah,
I
perfect,
saw.
yeah.
I think my very, very, very first client was my best friend who's late. May her soul rest in peace, Katsi. So I think I made a kaftan for her. At the time that I made it, in my eyes, it looked absolutely perfect. But of course, it looked rubbish. But she didn't tell me this. She only told me months later that, listen, I couldn't dampen your spirit,
Yeah.
like, because I could see the excitement. And I think it's like that. I mean, with the first few clients that I also got, like from close friends and family, you know, yes, they would wear them, but there were so many mistakes.
Now when I look
You know,
back, like, yo.
like, did I really make that? You know, but it is always so, and I'm grateful for those people and those opportunities because they kept you going. You know, and not that we don't want to get any negative feedback. We really want that negative
I
feedback,
appreciate
but I think
that actually.
timing is
Yeah.
important. You
Yeah.
know, when people are saying that, okay, you sort of like, you know, you are inspired, motivated, you're on the go.
Yeah.
You know, they don't want to come in. You know. And they will support you. They will still wear those clothes. It's not like the clothes were rubbish, but then just the inside of the clothes were like,
Yes.
You know, and when you look back now, like, did I really make that?
Yeah.
You know? But what I'm saying is every milestone, every step every next step of your progress, it's, you know, just acknowledge it, be present, and be excited about it.
Yeah.
Even those mistakes, be excited about it and love them. And because that's part of your journey, right?
Yes.
So, like,
Yes.
you said your clients, those were your colleagues?
Yes. No, they were my sister's friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
Mongilin gave a shout out.
Uh-huh.
So they also like you actually.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. So that was it.
Yeah.
I saw them. My very first kimonos. They
Yeah.
went out to them.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And then family started
Yes,
to support.
family. Then came friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and the experience of having a client that is not related to you, someone that you don't know. Let's talk about that one because those can be a little bit tricky, especially when you're starting out.
it is. Especially I had this client from Worcester.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like, oh my word,
Yeah.
it was like a test. So what happened was she wanted a two-piece, the famous one,
Yeah.
and the sleepwear.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, so we want these. What size are you? Maybe medium, large. I'm like, there's no way.
So
So I
it's
was
like
like,
taking measurements.
yeah, that's the thing. So I was like, no, I came up with this idea. I'm like, if you want your clothes to fit you perfectly, please just visit a tailor to get your
Obviously,
measurements.
you could take
No,
it.
she's in Worcester, remember?
Oh,
Western
okay.
Cape.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So I suggested that she didn't have a problem.
Yeah.
Then she went. Then 2 days later,
Yeah.
I had them. Then I used them. So it felt so
Yeah.
good. Then I sent them. She got them.
So your very first time was someone outside of the region.
Yeah,
That is
Western Cape.
that is very good.
So all this time, she was waiting for the items, obviously. So all the time, I was just like praying, okay, they fit perfectly. And then they got there. She was so happy. Happy. She even called me. Oh my gosh, you're doing. So
And
I
that
told
felt
her,
good.
Yeah, it
That
felt
felt
so
good.
good. So every time
Guys,
I
you need
give
to
up, I
understand
think
that
of
when the
them.
clients are happy, we are happy. Like that makes us happy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
So
good.
now, I'm always very curious, with a lot of my former students, like, okay, I know that they're all doing very well, but has there ever been a point in since you started that I want to give up, I can't do this?
No.
Never.
No.
Nothing.
So far, exactly, and it's one of the things that I was sitting the other day, then it came to me that this is one thing that I tried doing. People are taking me serious. I have I don't know how many months in, and the old Jeannie will be like, it's not working, so let me just let me go try something.
But what keeps you motivated? What keeps you going?
There's this part where you take the labeling of the label, the sticker that goes inside that, like where you put your clothes. You know what I'm talking about. So there's a point where you take it there. I get the garment is all finished now. So it's the last thing that
Yeah.
comes on to
Yeah.
the garment.
Yeah.
So that feeling when you put it on there,
This is my word.
and then it goes on, and then you iron it, then you put it there on a minute. I'm like, wow, okay, I made this. It feels good. It feels so good. So
Yeah.
that keeps me going.
Yeah.
So now it's like that thing. No, I can't wait to create that thing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna try that thing.
Yeah.
So just for that thing, I want to see how
Yeah.
will I make it.
So
And
now,
how would
just
you
a little bit outside of fashion. You know, obviously we all have dreams, right? We all have. I mean, I think one of the episodes, whether the second or the third episode of Gorgeously Bold Moments, I spoke with one businesswoman, Jeanette, who spoke about how it's not always very easy to achieve the things that you want to achieve, to go after the things that you want to go after. But what is it that can is the word simplify the word to use? What is it that can actually say keep on going, keep on trying, keep on, don't give up? Because there's a lot of people that actually look at us or rather look at you. I mean, I'm glad that you've just now started about 2-3 years now.
Yeah.
Some people never thought that you could actually start and get it going.
Even myself.
You know, but even yourself, you know. But then there's people that sort of like look at it and think, oh, it's very easy.
Yeah.
And,
No.
and it's not.
No, it's not.
But how do we make it so? What gives people the idea that it's so easy? Is it because that we're carrying it so well, or
I think it's the content what we put out. Because remember, right now, okay, I saw you had videos on YouTube where like you show, okay, this is the video I'm going to use and this is the outcome
yeah,
of the garment and all that. But people don't know what goes behind.
yeah,
I hate ironing.
yeah?
I learned to love ironing.
I also don't like ironing.
Now I enjoy ironing. It's become a thing that I do.
Yeah,
Ne?
yeah,
And also, people don't know all these stuff like your pattern making.
yeah.
You need to now deal with maths one-on-one, you know. When it comes to measurements,
Yeah.
like there's so much going on behind.
Yeah.
So now what people get is just
the
the
end product,
the end product.
and they don't understand what goes in
They
it.
don't.
Some have an idea, but then most don't have
They
an
don't.
idea. So I had a conversation with one friend of mine. She's a CA. Okay, so we're talking about different professions. We're in academic, and then there's creatives and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously there's a lot of for the both of us. There's a lot of respect for what we do. You know, in different fields. I mean, I was also incorporated at some point in my life,
Yeah.
but you know, this is where I am now, and I love where I am. And for me, this is a blessing. It's a God-given gift, you know, and I'm grateful for it. But what I find with also, because now some of her friends also chipped into the conversation, you know, and I couldn't help but to realize that there was some sort of like a condescending type of statements around or towards the creatives, you know, like I'm an academic and you know.
Yeah.
But because luckily I'm not a person that's easily offended, so it's something like, okay, I see it, you know, but I'm curious to know, where does it come from? Like, have you ever been in a situation where, especially around the academics, that okay, because I'm this and this, there is a bit of you know, we don't complement each other. We don't realize that our professions are equally important.
Yeah.
There's one that's sort of like looking down on the other. Have you ever experienced that?
Definitely. I think
Okay,
it
let
comes
me
from
talking to you, academics
yeah.
and the creatives.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I'm just gonna speak from my experience.
Yeah.
With my parents, my family, they've always known what I'm a creative. They've like since then, and they've always known I'm a creative. So now comes in the fact that some
Or people
some
calling you
yeah
Mel Roka.
yeah, but in a way, then okay, it comes to a point where you have cousins,
Yeah.
get lawyer, CEOs, whatsoever.
And God bless
And
them,
then
many people.
you know, no man, I don't belong there.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm an Ankara chick.
Yeah.
You know, something like
Proudly
that.
so.
Proudly so.
Yeah.
And then you get pushed into that, you know,
Yeah.
space. Or no, you need to go study your books, do
Yeah.
accounting, do that. You need to be the best of
The
the
books
best.
are your.
But it's sad
Mm.
also because I've seen a lot of women,
Mm.
a lot of people are actually making a lot of money out of using their skill.
Yeah.
Because also lockdown, it taught me that there's no such a thing as a permanent job or
there is nothing
or whatsoever.
Yes.
And that's when it kicked in. I started appreciating people who have a skill. You understand? So to me, it starts with our parents, because I was almost pushed into a career that I didn't like. And also I didn't study what I liked because of them also. That's when and how I ended up in advertising instead of making earrings. I wanted to be jewelry manufacturing designer. So I took advertising because I lied. I'm like, no, I'm doing marketing. So you can't do advertising without marketing. So that's the only way I went through with this. But it's that it's the mentality. I don't know if it's us black people or what, but it starts with our parents.
Oh yeah. Well, you know that's absolutely true. But on the positive side of things, I had the youngest student that I've had in the Kultured Afrika Academy was a 14-year-old girl, and she did so well. You know, I was so impressed. Obviously, I was very worried at first when she first came in. You know, obviously the age, and luckily it was in the lockdown space where now we're doing one-on-one, so it was just me and him. And at first I was thinking like, maybe we're gonna have a bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
But she pleasantly surprised me. Like she blew my mind. You know, and for that, kudos to the parents that realized and recognized her children's talent. You know what I mean? And
I would have appreciated that.
I would have loved that. I would have, because for me also, fashion, clothing, I mean, I trace it back as far as when I was about 8-9 years old, you know. I mean, my mom at some point testified that, you've actually been doing, you've really always loved this, but because it was never nurtured, you must find your way, like you said, you know, if your neighbors, your cousins, they're doctors and whatnot, so in the family, it makes sense that, okay, we must all
have a different gift to the world.
Do you understand? You know? And you're absolutely right to say that lockdown actually showed us a lot of creativity from TikTok, whatever.
Yes.
People were being very, I mean, the creative
I
people,
became woke
they
during lockdown,
kept the world alive and moving, you know, from like people that cook, people that make clothes, anything that was like a creative thing, you know, we were all hooked on so I think there's just you know, there's a balance. You know, we should just respect and appreciate each other. No one is better than the other, and you know, and I think that mentality is, for me, it's old, really and truly. You know, it just doesn't serve any purpose to be.
And also going into something that you know, someone told you, there's money in law, there's money. No, there's money everywhere. You just need to go find it.
We must just be open-minded.
Open-minded,
like. You know,
do what you love.
Do what you love.
Yeah, because what I've seen with you, it's that you love what you do.
Yeah.
People know you for that. People appreciate you for that. You know. So that's why people flock into your store studios. So.
No, I definitely without. I don't even know how to rest. Right. I still struggle with. Sometimes, you know, the body wants to rest, but
especially
but I have to. And sometimes it may seem like maybe self-punishment, but it's really not. It's like, why am I even sleeping? You know, I have.
It's a creative piece.
I gotta go work. There's gonna be a time to sleep forever, and it's not now.
It's
you know.
Not now, no.
So I'm very, very proud of you, Jenny. I'm like, when I look at your work, I'm thinking, you know, you've come. I mean, you've come. Like, the reason why you and it is because I've been following your work. I've been watching your step, your journey. And it's not that all of my students have started their business. I mean, they're all doing great things, you know, and kudos to you guys. You keep it going. But because yours has stood out in that you have acquired a number of clients, and I look at the clothes that you make, I'm like, wow, girl, you've done well, and I can't help but to be proud.
This is how it's been every time I come across your comment on my business pages.
I want to tell the whole world that this is my student. So Jenny, Kultured Afrika, where to from here, darling?
So I have a few plans. Number one, I want to start venturing out. I'd like to sell across different social markets. I'd like to do that because honestly I'd like to have a studio like you. So obviously I have to start somewhere, so that's where I'm gonna go with it. And I'm also working on my summer spring collection because actually I've been drafting, so this spring and winter thing, like where do they go, when do they launch, you know? So it's like, no, I'll work with it during winter, then I'll launch summer, then summer I'll work with winter, then you know that. So that's that. And also I've been working on my website, it's been ages, so I want to start like selling also online. And yeah, so that's what I want to do.
But you're selling already on Facebook, right? And Instagram?
Basically, I make on order. Yes, so people do order on Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, so they do that.
And you make very, very beautiful clothes. I'm very, very proud of you. Guys, please help in supporting Jenny Kultured Afrika. You will see on the screen there we've got her contact details. She's available on Instagram and Facebook. If you've enjoyed this video, guys, please remember to like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell. Let's interact. I really appreciate your comments. Stay tuned for all the gorgeously born moments to come. We're creating moments as we go along, guys. See you next week.